Well, hello, everyone. This is Dr. Donetta Watson from the Black Mastermind Group Charitable Foundation. Yes, I got it right this time. Charitable Foundation. And so we are a 501c3 organization, and our mission is to provide education, training, coaching, mentoring, and development to the Black entrepreneur community across the nation. I don't know if many of you are aware that over 1 million Black businesses closed after quarter two. That's February, March, and April. Pardon me, January, February, March, April, May, and June, quarter two of 2022. Over 1 million businesses closed permanently as a result of COVID. And what that tells us is that we had a lot of our Black business owners were not properly situated in business. They weren't structured correctly in business. And consequently, their businesses were not able to sustain not having customers come through their doors for a period of time. And we know those numbers are greater because there haven't been any other economic studies since 2020. And that tells us something about the condition of the Black entrepreneur. And as well, we were the lowest ethnic group to apply for PPP funding and EIDL funding. Why? Because many of our businesses do not have the proper legal structure, nor do we have the proper financials to be able to apply for funding. And we've got to do the work to change that, because we teach entrepreneurs how to run a business by the numbers, how to have those financial strategies working in your business. And that's what we do as an organization. That's our mission as a Black Mastermind Group. We want to make sure that our community can also compete. And it takes a lot of work to produce these outcomes that we see in our community today. And we're so excited that we're graduating students this coming Sunday as part of our conference. It's our conference and graduation weekend. It's when we graduate our students that have completed our business mastery program. And we're so excited and honored to be able to celebrate with 21 people who crossed that finish line and made that investment in themselves. How do we do that? We raise money. We raise dollars so we can have scholarships to offer to the Black entrepreneur. Everything we do is about getting our community in a training program that will teach them principles of business that they haven't gotten anywhere else. And so this coming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is part of our biggest fundraising effort. That is, we take the ticket sales dollars, and after we pay our expenses, all those dollars go toward a new scholarship for another entrepreneur. We want to one day be in a position to award hundreds of scholarships. But right now, we're excited about the one or two we can do at the close of every conference. But that's our initiative, to put entrepreneurs in the seat of the training program. And so part of what we do is we bring some amazing people before you, people that have great impact in their communities, who are a voice today and not an echo, that have something to say, to share to our community. And one of those such people, it's a very dear friend of mine, Mr. Roboert Antoinin. And so I hope I didn't mess up your last name, Robert, but I hope I got that right. So you're going to have to help Dr. Watson get it straight. Tell me, did I mess it up, Robert? Did I mess your last name?
Dr. Watson, you can say it however you want to. I am honored to be in your presence. But for those of who are meeting me for the very first time, my name is Roboert Antoinin, and I love your enthusiasm. And I'm honored again to be on your platform.
I'm honored to have you here. It's been a long time, so I'm glad to finally catch up with you. So what have you been doing now out there in business today?
Well, I have been doing the same thing that I started doing back in 2016. I've been working with C-suite leaders and small organizations to help them to be better leaders, to help them connect better with their personnel, and more importantly, helping them to add value in the organizations that they run.
Wow, that's powerful. Tell our listening audience how you started on this entrepreneurial journey.
Well, it was not by choice.
Ah.
It started with a conversation on a Tuesday, October the 19th. I have that written down. I met with one of the regional vice presidents of the company that I was a part of. I had the company car, company credit card, corner office with the window view. I started off with a small conversation and ended with, we will no longer be in the Roboert Antoinin business. And it was at that moment that my entire life flashed before me. But the backstory on that we won't have a chance to share on this opportunity, on this platform, is that I have been praying to God for the longest time to help me use the gift that He'd given me to train and to teach and to impact people out in the business world. But I couldn't do that because I was so married to my 9 to 5, giving 12 to 14, 16 hours of my day without even thinking about it. So I had no time to impact change or to work with people at the level that I'm able to do today. But as a result of that conversation, we will no longer be in the Robert Antoinin business. I am now able to impact and empower not only 9 to 5 C-suite leaders, but Black entrepreneurs, not only in my community, in my state, and around the country. So I am in a much better place. And I stand on this principle, this proverb from one of my favorite books that says that your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men and women. And I usually start every single conversation that I have like that because it has been life-changing quote for me, and it's been a principle that I stand on today.
Awesome. Absolutely amazing. During COVID, a lot of people had to pivot and make some shifts, and a lot of people have decided they're not going back to the plantation where someone else owns the end product of their gift, their talent, and their abilities. And it's so amazing to see how many new startups have jumped out there in business today. My concern is that, are they really prepared? Entrepreneurship is not an easy journey. And so not everybody is equipped for this. And some of us are built for it. And so we can withstand and weather the storms that come in entrepreneurship. And so that's my concern with the population that I see that have decided, I'm not going back to work. I'm going to do something, but I'm not going back to work. And so we have seen an influx of, and we're still giving scholarships out this week. And so I'm listening to people tell me, I haven't started the business yet. I'm thinking about it. I'm just not going to go back to that job. And I salute them, but I'm grateful that they're getting in the seat of a class so that they'll learn how to start right so they'll end right, which often is not been happening that way in our community. And so when you started your business, what were some of the critical things that you can remember really stood out to you on this journey?
For starters, I was stuck in the biggest nation in the world, the nation of procrastination, right? So I had an idea and I had a dream, but I didn't know how to bring all of those elements together, which is indicative of most new entrepreneurs today. But I'm going to give you a formula that, Donette, I'm sure that you're familiar with. But once you know this formula and you apply it, you can apply it to every single problem that you're going to face as a new entrepreneur, as an entrepreneur looking to branch out and have another stream of income. And it goes like this. So for those in the cheap seats, write this down. Everybody's got an idea. I say everybody has got an idea. But watch this formula. Idea plus implementation equals income. I plus I equals I. Take your idea, actually strategize, and then implement it. Got to implement it, right? And once you're able to implement it with some consistency, you will start to generate income. If you get that formula wrong, you will be stuck and stagnant, and you may have to go back to the proverbial plantation that Donetta referred to a little bit earlier. So just remember that, y'all. Idea plus implementation equals income. So to answer another portion of your question was that what are some of the things that I noticed? Well, I noticed that everybody in the industry, whether they were an entrepreneur or whether they were in an established entity, they focus so much on the social media aspect, the ad campaign and the ad dollars, that they spent no time on building relationships. So instead of concentrating on relationships, they concentrated on the ROI. Now, don't get me wrong, the ROI is everything, your return on your investment, but what are you investing in, right? If you don't have the right message, you can do all the social media that you want, it won't work. If you have the right message and the right amount of money, but you're not focused to the right audience, it won't help you at all. So it's important that we look inside before we look outside to try to get a quick win or a quick fix. So it's important that we build the relationships, not only with the team that we may have, if it's 1, 2, 3, or 30, build those and strengthen those relationships, and then also be able to leverage the talent that you have. The number one job of any leader anywhere is to make people better. I don't care what school you go to. You can go to Wharton, you can go to Harvard. They could teach you course after course, but your number one job is to make the people around you better. And the better they are, the easier your job will become, and it'll help you to implement whatever it is whatever idea you have. Idea plus implementation equals income.
All right, now I love it, love it, love it. And so these are some of the strategies you've learned on your journey. And so, what do you think some of the most critical things that other entrepreneurs are needing to put into practice? You know, you said the procrastination, and let me come back to that real quick, because I find that is one of the major issues in our community. And I think if we deal with mindset a lot in our program, we start with mindset development. We keep mindset development in everything that we do throughout the whole program, because I think that we have seen a lot of things that we're duplicating in our life, and we are making excuses for a lot of things that we are just guilty of procrastination. We can, and I believe wholeheartedly, I can't tell you the quote or where it came from, but to the depth and the level of creativity we have, there's also the equal depth of procrastination. So it is the polar opposite energy to creativity, procrastination. And the more creative you are and the more abilities you have, the greater the propensity for you to procrastinate, because you're overwhelmed with all of those ideas that it's hard to take one of them and just start moving.
Well, in the words of my favorite tennis shoe to wear, Nike, just do it.
Do it.
You know what? You know what, y'all? The key to greatness is, and I learned this from Dr. George C. Fraser, it is simplicity and replication. Find something very simple to do. Whatever your idea is, whatever your skill is, your service or your brand, and be intentional about starting with replication, one activity after the other, and do not stop. Even if you fail forward, because there will not always be a warm reception for your idea or your product. You know, again, I talked about it before. You may have a great message, but you're talking to the wrong audience. So all of those factors are certainly things that you really, really have to think about. So it's great for a platform like yours, Donetta, because you've seen some of the pitfalls that some of your new students are going to fall into right now. You've already been through some of the hardships. You know some of the obstacles that they're going to come up against. And the one thing that we do as an entrepreneur is that we try and we get a roadblock and we stop. But anything worth having is on the other side of hard. And I know that it sounds like trite, and everybody says this, and it's cute to say in a quote, but it's actual fact that you have to put in practice, that you're going to come into some level of hardship on your journey to success. That's why it's important to build those relationships so you can talk to people who have been where you're trying to go. Network with the folks who are like-minded like you, so that you can have synergy and move in the same direction. You know, there are lots of things that we face as entrepreneurs, and there's some self-defeating prophecies that we have of ourselves. You know, we don't think we're valuable enough. We don't think we're good enough. We don't think we're talented enough. So sometimes we stop ourselves before we even get started, let alone add in procrastination. So again, having a platform like yours, having a body of believers and a network of staff members who can preach and teach and counsel and to build up your students is what we need in the marketplace for sure.
Thank you so very much, Robert. And so the conference this weekend is really just showcasing, you know, some of the things that we wish were readily available to our community. We want everyone. Our song, our motto for our organization is, we just want you to win. You know, we want everybody to win in business. It's something that we press hard on, is to give everyone an equal playing field when it comes to the knowledge that's available about business financial strategies, funding a business, structuring a business, those things that we've missed some of the critical elements on our journey. We want to make sure that everyone gets that same opportunity. And we're going to be talking about that on Friday morning. You're part of the roundtable discussion. And we're going to really have a family discussion on Friday morning. We open up with our keynote speaker, Stephen Walker, for Purpose and Power, and he's going to really hone in on our purpose, really committing to the journey. And we're going to talk about what's it going to take? What will it take? At some point, we're going to have to make the decision. Whatever it takes, we're going to pay the price. No matter what it is, we're going to pay the price to win. And it is a price to win. It is not a free ride, ladies and gentlemen. It costs something to win. And Robert's going to be one of our speakers on Friday morning at 9 a.m. Our roundtable session is very lengthy. We allow you to ask questions. That's one of the things we have built in all of our time together with our people, is that you get your questions answered. And there's not any dumb questions. The dumb question is the one you don't answer and you go home and try to figure it out on your own. So we want you to join us on Friday for the conference. In closing, Robert, what are some of the things you think people need to know for them to register today to attend?
Well, one of the things that I want to make sure that anybody who's under the sound of my voice is listening, I need to make sure that you are keenly aware that you're not alone. There's somebody who's been where you're trying to go. And you've been looking for something to latch onto. You're looking for an organization to be a part of. You're looking for a team, a support system to help you to nurture your dream, to take your idea from just an idea to implementation, take it from implementation to an income. This is the place. And now is your time to be with other intellectuals who are trying to do what you want to do. And here's the kicker. They have the resources, the knowledge, and the talent. Your network will build your net worth. And don't let your net worth be lessened because you don't want to network with the Black Mastermind Group. I love you, Donetta Watson. I cannot wait to be a part of this monumental, amazing event that you're going to have. And I encourage you not only to bring yourself, but to tell a friend, anybody that you know that is in the business, that's trying to be in business, whatever it is that you have to aspire to do in 2022, stop making a message board and end it in February. We want you to take that idea, implement it, and we want to give you real life tools. And by the way, I know some really, really cool folks who are going to be a part of this panel. Shout out to Dexter Scott and his wife. Shout out to Brian McNeil and my main man, Dr. Barrett Matthews, and Donetta Watson. You don't want to miss this.
Thank you so very much, Robert. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping up for today. 2 more days left to register. You need to go to theblackmastermindgroup.com. Click on the 2021 conference tab. Get your tickets today while they're still available. Now, I want to tell you, this platform is one that you cannot register the hour of and come into the event. So if you're one of those that you want to wait till the very last minute, that that other nation Robert just told you about, we need to come out of that nation and join the do nation, done it nation. Go and register and join us for the conference. You have till tomorrow, and Friday morning registration is going to close. Don't wait till the last minute. Join us and be there. Thank you so very much, Robert. Love you so much, and we'll see you on Friday morning during the conference. God bless you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bless.